How would you describe your university experience as a whole?
It sounds like really cliche of me, but I do think of it sometimes as the best time of my life. I had such a great time and I met some really wonderful people, and I always I always mention it, but if I hadn't gone to university, I wouldn't have the group of friends that I have now, because my friends are now all over the country and some of them aren't even from this country, and we were all kind of joined together in this love of musical theatre. And it's really nice to meet people that have similar opinions and same interests, and that was the great thing I discovered about university, was finding people like me. And it's the first taste of being independent. You get to live on your own, you get to live with your friends and your housemates, and it was a really exciting time. And I do sometimes look back on it and think, oh, I would really like to do it again.
I do it all the time. I'm just like, let's just go back now. Let's start all over again. Let's have a bit of fun. Yeah, definitely.
It's fun. It was. I have really good memories of it. There was difficult times because you have to work very, very hard at university, but all of the hard work was worth it, I think, in the end.
Yeah, definitely. And it's kind of good to point out that obviously, even though you went to university locally, you still actually moved out, and you still had that opportunity to move out. So even though you were down the road from your parents, you still had that sense of independence, which is it's really good, because a lot of people say that that's one of the best parts or the benefits of university, having that sense of independence. You may think that studying locally at a university means that you have to stay at home. You don't have to. It depends on the university and what they offer. A lot of them will still offer accommodation to local students as well, so you can move out and get that that sense of student life. Definitely.
Have a couple highlights, because I've done some amazing things while studying. I had the opportunity to go to Windsor and perform in the Theatre Royal for a week in my second and my third year. I was extremely lucky to be able to play one of the lead roles of Sister Mary Roberts when we did Sister Act in Windsor, which is something that I've thoroughly enjoyed while at university and will kind of always stick with me. That was one of the best experiences ever. I was also given the opportunity to go and tour Romania for kind of 9 days. While I was in my second year, I got to perform in 3 different venues while I was over there with a group of students, and that was really, really fun. I really enjoyed that. It was a bit of an interesting week culturally, because I've never been to Romania. And I think I did cry once at a plate of food that was put in front of me. But other than that, I had a great time. And I also got the opportunity, so me and my class wrote our own musical, kind of with the help of our lecturers. In our third year, we then kind of revamped it and took it to Edinburgh Fringe once we finished our course, which is an amazing experience. I'd recommend anybody out there go to Edinburgh Fringe for a week, because it's something that I feel everybody should experience. And we managed to sell out our venue for almost all of our shows that we were there for that week. So it was pretty amazing. I really, really enjoyed myself.
With the course that you studied, were there any particular subjects or topics or modules that you did that you found really interesting or really fascinating?
So I did enjoy, so we do a thing called musical theatre in context, where you kind of look at musicals, you kind of look at them over the years, how things have changed from the earliest musical theatre performances up until now. I really enjoyed that, and it inspired me when I wrote my dissertation to kind of look at, so I studied the heteronormative narrative, which is basically looking at the kind of roles that women have played, women's purpose in musicals over the years, and discussed how a massive change has happened in regards to musical theatre, basically due to musical theatre reflecting the world around us. So as the changes have happened within the world, that had a massive impact on musical theatre and the roles that women play and everything like that. So I did really enjoy context. It was difficult at times, and I did struggle my way through it, and I did get frustrated and things like that. But in the end, I have come out of it with a really good piece of work that I'm very, very proud of, due to a lot of blood, sweat and tears being poured into it. So that's great.
Yeah, that's probably was that one of the reasons why I think why you enjoyed it more, was actually it was a challenge, but actually you did kind of accomplish it and kind of realize, okay, I'm getting my head around this.
Yeah, I really enjoyed my singing lessons as well. So when I first started my degree, I wasn't a big singer, didn't really enjoy it, made me quite nervous, thought it was one of my worst attributes. But with the help of my lecturer, I have grown so much to the point of singing's now one of my favourite things that I've come out of my degree with, because I was always under the impression that there would be people that were better than me and things like that. But it's about learning that everybody has a different sound. So what my voice does is completely different to what somebody else's voice may do. And my strengths are completely different to someone else's strengths. I think it's about finding, once again, your kind of niche, what it is that you enjoy within singing. And from then on, I kind of know what songs I like, what I like to sing, and what sounds best for me. So I do really appreciate all the hard work and effort that was put into helping me grow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you said a little while ago about how universities help you to grow. Obviously, it's helped you to grow, like you said, personally, but actually in terms of your career development, like I said, you'll be able to go into auditions or look at auditions now and go, okay, I think I can bring this to this role in this musical, because you've had that, your lecturers to help you kind of bring that out of you and know what's the right way for you to go. How did university help you in your kind of career development, but then also as well, how has it kind of helped you develop you personally?
So in a career sense, we're very much prepared in musical theatre for the industry. So what it will be like when you go out to work, and that kind of industry standard of what is expected of you. And I know now that I was prepared, because I've been to auditions since graduating, and I always go in and I feel like I'd have a sense of I know what to expect, because it was kind of, we're trained in that way. It's kind of drilled into you what it is that will be expected of you out in the industry. So I've never felt kind of worried about going to an audition or how to come across to people, because I've always been taught in the best way to do that. And then kind of as a person, musical theatre and going to university as a whole kind of has helped me grow in confidence in a really big way, because everyone assumes that when you start things like musical theatre that you'll be an overly confident person and you have all this great talent behind you. But it's been really good to I've grown so much from being at university, and I've had so many lecturers have told me the transformation that I've been on from my first year to my third year was immense, because it's a really good opportunity for you to grow and find out who you really are and what it is that you want to do. And so I think a lot of the opportunities that I've had since graduating have all been kind of due to the fact that I've been taught a lot of good confidence skills about myself, more than anything really, which is a big takeaway for me.
Definitely.
I'm a lot more confident in who I am.
Yeah, that's an amazing one to have, because I think anywhere you go with that, you're carrying that confidence with you. And that's such a good point about, like you said, you would have assumed that if someone's on stage and they're performing, that they are, they're confident, and but actually off stage you can be a completely different person. But actually that universities help you to kind of almost, I guess, be at that same level of you being on stage versus you being off stage, I guess, is a way that we can summarize it.
Yeah.